No, Tess, don't die.
For the glory of the Imperium.
I'll live another day.
Nope. Okay. All right, Argenta. Are these? Them and them. Okay, let's do this.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Yes, you will, honey. Yes, yes, you will. Let's do this.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike
Good
is
girl.
a prayer.
Good. One more. Okay. Okay, good.
Weapon
That was
at the
better.
ready.
You guys okay?
Weather the storm.
Damage is negligible.
Good. I would prefer the damage to be negligible. Q, come
A
here.
dance of blades and shadows.
This. Is she just gonna end him like it's nothing? Yep. This.
Trust me.
I always do.
Come. The other side awaits.
Thank you. Tess.
Nothing I can't do.
She's so good. She's so gosh darn it talented. Abelard. No, God, that's Pascal. I thought Pascal was a baddie McBaddie,
I've
but
seen
for a
worse
second,
battles than
and
this
I
in my
almost
time.
did bad
I will
things.
do my duty.
I know he can't. I don't think he can at least. But I almost went
Indeed.
for it. Okay. This, please.
Victory is imminent.
Do I do Abelard's ultimate
Von Valencius.
and just end it? Probably.
My place is at the fore.
This.
One fewer target.
Then this. And this.
I took care of this one.
There's who's left? Where's the last one? Oh, all the way over there. I can't get to him, but Pascal can. Pascal, can you just finish this fight for me? Because I don't really want to have to keep going. I would like to go see Cassia. Thank you. What a good fight that was. Got the blood pumping and everything. Not really. It was a baby fight, but it was. Oh, right. We got that. Oh, that one's kind of nice. Okay, we'll take all this. To be looked at later. All right, Tess, you got this. All right, up the stairs. I thought that said group instead of go up, and I was confused. No! Don't cry. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye of the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. You are enveloped in despair and grief. An invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. I am registering abnormal activity in my tear ducts. The salt being produced by my body may negatively affect the performance of my respiratory apparatus. Vulnerability must be rectified. It has been logged. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness, and she lowers her head. Her white hair veils her face. With a stony expression, Cabela wipes a single tear that has run down her cheek. These are not my emotions. Mine have long since been cut out of my soul. Give the order, Dom Tessera. I cannot withstand the delirium for much longer. No. Oh, no. Heinrich? The muscles in Heinrich's jaw twitch as he struggles to maintain self-control. This is one of the Navis Nobilite, the noble caste of mutants who guide humanity's void ships through the treacherous warp. And now, rogue trader, stop asking stupid questions and go negotiate with your new navigator. Lady Cassia, I presume. The seneschal stares at the navigator's directions with faraway look, then turns sharply away, awkwardly wipes at his eyes. Overcome the crushing. I know why I'm here, and so I will stand strong against any illusion. Or do we... let's do that. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both the sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was somebody calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead? And you, who are you? It matters. No. You girl may address me. You girl. What are you, auntie? Tessa von Valencius. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The unease settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Tessa. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Heinrich jerks abruptly as if he intends to dash forward, but someone else is quicker. The heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into a low sob, his eyes swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room as though the veil of ignorance has been ripped away from them. The child! Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins. His bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Arcelio down upon your head. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense esteemed whoever you are. Abelard places a hand on his weapon. I mean you no harm. I came to seek the navigator's aid. At present I'm trying to determine what is happening. I will grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like the scoundrels and Felix servants. So who are you? Tessa Abelard? Her ladyship, rogue trader Tessa von Valencius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Koronus Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends her greetings. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapon, your intentions are probably peaceful. House Arcelio now asks the service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of the house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in the room? Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. If the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Arcelio. You look frightened. What service do you ask? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child, take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin and he wipes his mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child, deliver her safely to Regent Aranto, acting head of the house, in the Koronus Expanse. Rest assured, the reward will be worth your effort. Argenta looks at Cassia and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. What happened between you and Felix? He is my wayward student. Came to Urak 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and trusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of the house, our sacred child, to revel in the power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss to pervert the century-long tradition of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tisiphone Arcelio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years, foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the novator's throne. The interrogator looks from the unconscious Cassia to Theobald. I presume this Navis Nobilite house has reasons for treasuring the child other than uncontrolled outbursts of warped sorcery. What might those be, I wonder? A young, immature navigator who likely hasn't completed her training. Theobald interrupts him with an indignant shout. Enough! I will not have you questioning myself or my charges within the dominion of House Arcelio. Could you lose control of your own station? He accused you of treachery. Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I'd fall so low. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. If the honest words of the honorable man count for anything with you. I guarded the station against calamity and incursion from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. I believe I have my decision. The last thing okay, she'll come with me. Good, that is good. But do allow us to say a proper farewell.
Wake up, my mistress.
Oh, we have voice acting.
My sacred child. It is all over now.
God, that coughing was so...
It is over.
That was so awfully good. Oh, I'm never gonna unhear that.
What? What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Koronus Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. Forgive the urgency. I regret we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets?
What?
I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
That can't happen. She looks around sorrowfully at the destruction.
What are you going to do to me?
What? If you wish to leave the station alive, sign a contract. I am the protection grant you shall. Let us aid one another. Become my navigator. I shall restore you to House Orselio at the earliest opportunity.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Okay. I guess we're leaving, right? Time to go. I will, just in case there's anything here. We shall leave. Goodbye, everyone.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh. Hey, Cassia, can I just steal this from you before we go? Thanks. Sorry, gotta go. It was nice meeting everyone. Good luck blowing up the place. Like, should we take, like, the rest of the people with us? Like, I kind of feel like we should be, you know? Oh, this will just pop over to us as we leave, so we'll be good there. Yes, that was all. This is why we marked, I'm so happy we marked stuff for cargo this time around. I feel like this has been a much better playthrough already in the terms of organization, because we had none before. Organization? Don't know her. That was literally the aim of the game before. Now this. As the chair turns with Tessera von Valencius! Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual. If the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first, your heart starts beating furiously, your breath becomes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Without even looking at the Vox Master, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak to the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, let me know. I don't know how much I enjoy Cassia giving people orders on my ship, but that's fine. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then, lowering her lashes, slightly turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds of hesitation, she lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, she throws back her shoulders, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis, perform the sacred rite. I require brush, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I shall ensure all the necessary supplies are delivered. She nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it's opened. Okay, here comes Victus. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Oh, what is this? Wait, what? Oh, the Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, then the stifled gasp of the Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and the faint whisper of a brush. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, an umber shadow spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale... Forsaken yearns for her brother. Interesting. And the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie. That spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils as at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of her cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. I feel like we should leave her undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the sanctum are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I'll arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what's left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness is spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only a machine spirit, but something other. I mean, you know, there could be just a little, there could be like a +1 kind of vibe. I'll retreat to my chamber to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time. Several matters that require your attention. First, I wish to report the conditions of the station. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. Warp disruptions affecting Urak 5 twisted the bodies of minds of the attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. Navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. I'd also like to remind you that Governor Medina is still waiting to talk to you in his command center. Why is it always business, Victus? Couldn't you just visit? Tell me how wonderful things are. Certainly, Lord Captain. If you're interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower deck. Senior Technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The Quartermaster of Store Compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Thank you, Victus. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. No, please. Please, 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 please. Victus is like the best thing to happen to us. Back to the bridge. Let's just get out of here for a second. Probably should quickly sort through some inventory. And stuff like that. I know we have leveling to do as well. And, you know, all that other stuff. And then I can't believe we've made it as far as we have already. Like, I am genuinely shocked that we are about to finish chapter 1, because we basically now go back to see him, like the governor, and we're like, hey, and he's like, hey, and we're like, we're gonna leave, and he's like, how about a parade? And you're like, no, and he's like, I insist. So then you got to, and then bad stuff happens, and then we leave. Basically sums it up for you, in case you were curious. Operative perception bonus is 10 or higher. AP and ignore enemy. Yeah. Intelligence. Wait, what is this one? This character's form of ranged weapon. Yes. I always have to read it. I know it's silly because I've been playing this game for like an exorbitant amount of time, but I still have to read to double check. Neck melee attack against enemies deals. Yeah. Do that. I don't need that right now, but I feel like I'm gonna need that later. Like, because right now he's one-shotting, but there's like, this is the easy. And this is easy. This is where the game's like, hey, you know, everything's great. You're doing great. You're like, you're so good at this game. Like, this is what it's doing. It's lulling you, right? This game is lulling you. And then you're going to get to the boss for the end of this chapter. And the game's going to be like, LOL. Oh, that's what happens. That's 100% what's going to happen. No. Weak body, weak soul. Yes. And then perception. Well, you know what? Let's do weapon skill. Yeah, because he's basically just doing melee, but I should up his ballistic at some point too. Kabbalah. Anytime the ability or talent uses fellowship, dance of blood, allies deal. To enemies if both the ally and their target stand on the blood-covered cells. Oh, you know what? Why not? Let's make her athletic. Okay. Cassia's got a bunch of ranks. We're going to come to that in a minute. That's a bunch of ranks too. We'll come back to those when I have, because they're not coming with us. Combat this. Yes. No heresy. I don't even know if she needs that ability, but it just sounds like an Argenta ability. Argenta not having the ability no heresy seems weird to me. Is it not? Are we not saving? Okay, there we go. That's weird. There we go. I got it. All right. Off we go to see the governor and also Solomorn, but more importantly, Glado. I am going to go find Glado because that dog is literally everything. I was just realizing we hadn't talked to Yanris yet, so we should do that before we move on, because with the problem with the servitor, I know we can do this. I think it's any time before the end of chapter 2. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do it now. You see, your leadership, this ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Yanrock? That is his name now. Yanris Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hahnemann expressed the desire to be present during the inspection should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. I wish to take a look. As you wish. Would you like the Engine Seer Prime to accompany you? Yes. Did we have Pascal before? I forget. Oh, how interesting. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long, spiraling line, facing the center of their strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. Is this Nomos? Is that what this is? Is this Nomos? Because I think that this is Nomos. Which means we're going to be exceedingly kind. All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her ladyship Tessa von Valencius, wait. Oh, these are in the words of Yanros. Okay. Ordered one of them to be... No. Gestured for the Engine Seer Prime to study the servitors. The Engine Seer Prime slowly waded into the motionless racks of servitors, peering into their faces, checking the readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and Binharic prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather, the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed. And yet, for some unknown reason, it had occurred to every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. It took several steps. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved her hand. And the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay. Or hesitation. Like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer, we observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. We are going to examine. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brain. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that servitors used to function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. Her gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people. The Lord Captain. Technomats? The technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks. Therefore, the circumstance did not call for termination. We examine, right? Is this the same? Yeah, no, we did that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure so it didn't go away. Turned to me to announce her decision. Her ladyship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. No. Send the servitors back to the toil. Destroy them. Leave the servitors to their work, for there was nothing in their behavior that the Lord Captain found alarming. Oh. Did we do... So we can dispose of them so that their human souls may be released from torment. Send them back to the toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. We could destroy them, or leave the servitors to their work, for there was nothing in their behavior that the Lord Captain found alarming. Oh, interesting. I don't know. I just feel like noble Tess. Like, sometimes I have a hard time separating last playthrough with this playthrough, and that I liked a lot of the decisions we made. I'm like, oh, what did we do? But it doesn't matter what we did back then, y'all, because this is noble Tess. What would noble Tess do? And that's why I have to keep reminding myself. And noble Tess would find this all amusing, because in my head, she's definitely one of those. I mean, I've mentioned it numerous times. She's definitely one of those nobles. She finds a lot of things funny. So she's not going to find anything wrong with this. She's going to let them continue on because she finds it funny how disturbing they are. The Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same deck where they had worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough. Especially since, following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from her mission. Okay, we did it! Defective servitors were handled! Who did we pick up? What did we do last time? Hold on. I'm back to recording-ish, and I just, now, hold on. Oh, Cassie. Okay, we're fine there. Let's do this. Okay, we gotta do Lord, commotion in the officers' deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. What? What? Shunning? What century is this? We're shunning people now? Come on, please. Please, that's so... 39K. You know, not 40K. 39K.